Yo, do you think that I was trying to read Danny's body language as all that was going down, and he did a couple interviews immediately after that happened, and his dad was next to him, and his dad kept kind of jumping in, and Danny was kind of, or even when he was at the podium, his dad kept jumping up and saying stuff. Do you think those antics are starting to irritate Danny as well a little bit?
As I talk to people that ask me, what do you think about this, what do you think about that, man, I say, look, man, at the end of the day, it's a sad thing because in the future, trainers might not be at the podium. And the reason why it's a sad thing is because as a sport of boxing and true sports fans, people love to acknowledge the trainers because the trainer plays a major role. And some fighters do not get to be the fighter they are without certain trainers who have guided them throughout their careers. You know what I mean? So the media and everybody likes to acknowledge the trainer. We have a Trainer of the Year award, but like I said, sadly enough, ultimately the fans are showing up for the fighter, so they want to hear from the fighter. And what Danny's dad is doing is he's taking away spotlight from the fighter. I think ever since AB was yapping at the Porter team, you know what I mean? Porter got a little bit more vocal on his own, but I think he's more vocal now after fighting me too. You know what I'm saying? Because for better or for worse, these guys, it's hard for when you're the fighter, you're supposed to be the boss, but how do you put your dad in his place? How do you do that? You know what I mean? The man that raised you and raised you in the sport to a degree. For Sean fully, for Danny, I don't know their history. I know he's been involved more as a pro than he was as an amateur. Right. At the end of the day, man, the family support and stuff like that, it's hard for Dan to just stand up and be like, Pop, sit down. You know what I mean? Which that's the best way to say it, because he ain't gonna say like, yo, Pops, you need to shut the fuck up. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's got too much respect. He's not going to cross that line and disrespect his father like that, especially on camera, in front of people, things of that nature. You know what I mean? And like I said, Crazy Angel's been Crazy Angel for a minute. Instagram account, all this stuff. You know what I mean? So he's kind of used to it, and he's just used to kind of just being closed mouth. But, I mean, I am who I am. He is who he is. You know what I mean? I hope to prove once again that these father-son teams do not touch me. They don't have an effect on me. They're not bringing enough to the table against me. Even when it's Kenny and Sean who truly know me, they still couldn't defeat me. So it is what it is, and I hope that eventually these young fighters grow up to be the men that they deserve to be in the sport of boxing. So that's all I gotta say, man.